FNaF 6 or Pizzeria Simulator is a lot different from the other games. Featuring 3 different styles of gameplay and 7 different endings, the game is a lot harder and takes more time than a lot of the other games. With that being said, today I'm gonna be 100%ing it. Before we begin, I gotta say this now because most people don't watch till the end. If you want to see me play Ultimate Custom Night 5020, I'm gonna be streaming it on my second channel. But why not your main, huh? Well, YouTube is stupid and banned me like 8 years ago, so let's just get into it. Like I said before, we have 7 dead endings, and on top of that, we also have 4 achievements we can collect. So we'll be going from easiest to hardest. Our first ending was the mediocrity ending. To achieve this ending, we have to do number 1, do literally nothing, then 2, do literally nothing, and 3, do nothing. Literally, we have to have 0 fast rating by the end of the week. Now there is one thing we need though, which is the sanitation station. This doesn't actually give us fast rating, but it keeps our risk down, so animatronics can't get into our building. Get the f out of here! I didn't notice, so I kinda died. How the hell did Lefty get in my... But I realized and completed the ending the next time. Anyways, our next ending was the lore keeper.
Take this certificate of mediocrity. You should be proud. You stood on 2 feet and convinced someone that you could do something, when in fact you couldn't. Now get out.
Yo.
When I met you in the summer.
Now there is actually a way to get 3 different endings in one file, because once you complete a week, the game still allows you to enter the same game. This is very helpful for knocking 3 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, never let me use an idiom again. Anyways, the lore keeper. To get this, we need to obtain 3 secret minigames from 3 different arcade games. First being Midnight Motorist. In Midnight Motorist, at the bottom of the screen is a little black hole that we can enter. Doing this, we come into this game about the Afton family. Next was Fruity Maze. Now, fun fact, FNaF 6 is my favorite FNaF game, and I am a true pro at Fruity Maze. Our objective is to beat the game 2 times and then die 1 time. By doing this, we get this creepy cutscene. Our last arcade game was Security Puppet, which was $12,000. After obtaining the Security Puppet, we can play that minigame 4 times to get a secret ending, where Charlotte Emily gets killed by William Afton. Now by completing the game with no animatronics in the building, we get the bad ending. At first, I thought this meant I lost the lower keeper ending, but no. We still get their certificate, which is a great thing. Now I can go back to the file to get our next ending.
Bro, I was trying to get the Lord Keeper thing. What the hell?
Your special obligations under paragraph 4.
It's fine.
Your employment is terminated. We'll mail you your things. End tape.
Bruh. Oh, I got it. Oh, okay, nice.
The Insanity ending requires us to buy Egg Baby, which we can just use our money from last game to buy it. Now we want to head to the office segment and turn off the PC. Now hold on the little blue button to turn on the PC. Doing this will show us some secret blueprints, and then we get sent to the insane asylum. Next ending.
But before you go, take this certificate of insanity. We're giving it to you to ensure that no one believes you, and to ensure that we can promptly replace you without incident. There is a truck waiting for you outside. Take care.
For the bankruptcy ending, we want to go bankrupt. I know, shocking. By having a lot of risk in our restaurant, we can go bankrupt. Basically, after every night, a chance is rolled, which is our risk minus 1 out of 50. We want to buy the discount ball pit and Mr. Hugs at the start of the playthrough and immediately be in the office. By doing this, we obtain about 5 risk. If we don't get sued, just restart. It's easier to just try again rather than playing through the game. Now, I was lucky enough to not get sued 3 different times. That made me very mad. But eventually I did, and I settled, which put my money into the negatives. Kinda like real life. So yeah, next ending.
Gregory, do you see that small vent on the floor? Have you ever heard of
So you may have realized why I've kind of been avoiding animatronics through my choice of endings. That's because this game is super scary. But our next ending pushed me out of my comfort zone anyway. To obtain the completion ending, we have to have all 4 animatronics in our building by Saturday. But I haven't exactly talked about these guys, so let me explain. Basically, after our shift, we have one more thing to do, being the salvages. Salvages are little things you can do to get some bonus money. However, by proceeding with the salvage, the animatronic will get into your building and make the office segment a lot harder. To complete the salvage, we have our tape player, a taser, and a checklist. Technically, there's a couple of sounds to test the animatronic's movement, and by using our checklist, we see if they move. If they do, we tase them quickly. This segment actually works on a progress meter. Every 10 seconds that the tape player is playing, there's a 50% chance the animatronic can add 150 plus a night number times 50 to their meter. The first 2 salvages are pretty easy, but the last 2 are where things get harder. Basically, the animatronics have 3 different phases that we can see. In the third phase, we want to shock them as soon as possible. There are very easy ways to tell if they have moved though. Wolf's Afraid's shadow will be on the table. You can see Scrap Trap's teeth. Scrap Baby's eyes are visible. And only the corner of Lefty's star is visible from the shadow. He's also looking down. So what's the problem then? Seems pretty easy. Well, on the last two salvages, the animatronics are a lot more aggressive. You see, the animatronics can't move if the checklist isn't up. Also, tip, you don't have to actually check the boxes, just flip it up, as actually checking them will probably result into your death. So since they can't move unless we flip it up, how can we tell? The animatronics actually make a noise when you are very close to death. I'll play all of them now. By hearing this noise, the visual cues don't matter at all. All we have to do is wait for the sound and we can easily shock them and complete the salvage, or ruin us with our money. Now yeah, this completion ending is going to be long because I'm not going to explain the office segment, since the game does a very bad job of explaining it. Basically, we have two vents on both sides of us and we have our PC in front of us. The night is not working on a standard 12 to 6 AM frame. Instead, the night is however long we make it. It could be 5 minutes to 4 hours. This is because of the tasks we have to complete during the night. We also have 3 systems at our disposal. First is the motion detector, which detects motion, then the audio alert, which animatronics have a half chance to follow and show them for a split second.
I like kids.
And finally the silent ventilation, aka the best system in the game. This makes it so we don't burn up while the fan's off. Speaking of burn up, we also have our temperature. If it reaches 120 degrees, we die. All you need to know. We can also buy upgrades to make our tasks faster and quieter. So even though we have 3 systems, only one of them matters, being, you guessed it, silent ventilation. The vents to our sides seem useless, but they are single-handedly the best way to fight off the animatronics. Yeah, the animatronics. Every day a new one is added, if you do the salvages or have high enough risk. On Monday, no one is there. Tuesday, Molten Freddy. Wednesday is Scrap Trap. Thursday, Scrap Baby. And finally, Friday brings Lefty. Instead of the other games where there's a system based on the animatronics' AI values, instead here it's based on their intervals. Every day the animatronics will get faster, but they will always have a 1/3 chance to move. On Monday, they move every 8 seconds. On Tuesday, it's 5 seconds. Wednesday is 4 seconds. Thursday is 3 seconds. Friday is 2.5, and Saturday is 2. The animatronics will almost always take the path closest to your vent, even though they can move anywhere in the vents. Or they can do one of the most annoying things and teleport to our vent.
Yeah, boy.
It can only do this once per night, but it's still annoying. By the way, Lefty cannot do it. Now, when they get into the vent next to us, you can hear sounds, and they will get louder the closer they get. They can also say a voice line when they get in there.
Where are you?
Fascinating. What they have become.
To repel them, we must stare into the vent we hear them with our flashlight. They also move into a vent near the one they were just in. So you see the problem with this? They can easily just move back. But there's one more thing I didn't tell you yet. If the PC and fan are off, we actually get a better and brighter flashlight. And by shining this on them, they actually grab out of the top corner of whatever side they're on. Also, the OG gets up after 4 seconds. The final thing in this segment is the noise. If an animatronic enters your vent and doesn't hear you, there's a chance they'll just leave. However, there is almost always noise. The noise also works on a meter like the salvages. By default, with everything off, we have a 10% noise on the meter. If the fan's on, it adds 20%, same with the PC and the tasks. And an important thing to note is that the noise doesn't matter until the animatronic is near the vent next to you. Otherwise, you can do literally whatever you want. So what's the strategy to beat every night? Well, it's pretty simple. We want to buy all the upgrades, and as soon as the night starts, turn on the silent ventilation, turn off the fan, and begin an outside desk. Stare into the vent while this is happening and listen for noises. If you hear noises in one of them, then just stare into it. But if the noises come from both vents, quickly turn off the PC. As long as we're staring into one vent, we can make as much noise as we want. But if 2 animatronics are in 2 different vents, this becomes a lot more risky. You want to start a countdown in your head for 8 seconds, and every time you hear another vent noise, restart the countdown. Once you don't hear anything, you can start the system back up and begin a new task. Remember to always have silent ventilation on. If you want to, you can turn on the fan instead of the PC if you're getting too hot, but never have them on at the same time. Patience is key during these nights, as you can see. Anyways, after completing Saturday, we get the completion ending and unlock the most fire cutscene. Pun intended.
Yes, sir! Oh! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Oh my god. Let's go.
You, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name. But I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting.
Or friend.
My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Fire ending.
Fascinating. What they have become.
Our final ending, and the most difficult, is Blacklisted. To obtain this, we need 50 risk by the end of the week. This seems pretty impossible, but it's not. We can obtain risk by number 1, buying items with risk in general, or 2, buying markdown items. Now, markdown items appear on Tuesday onward, but are completely random. They are cheaper counterparts of the original item. They come with a bunch of risk, and also chance for an animatronic to be hiding inside.
Hello there.
We want to act normal and do our basic cash farming, and after obtaining enough money, we want to use it to just buy markdown items. Another tip is to not buy things that might be marked down in the future. Also, if an animatronic is marked down but has no risk, then there is no point in buying it. Like I said before, animatronics can also enter through the markdown items, so you don't want to place the items until Saturday.
Please let me in.
Now, since the markdown items are random, there is always a chance that you won't get it by the end of the week, which sucks. The animatronics are guaranteed to enter your office by Saturday, because when you start the night, it rolls a chance, which is your risk out of 50. And since our risk is 50, they are guaranteed to all be there, which makes it pretty hard Saturday. Fun stuff. I was lucky enough to get it on my first try, however, and I'm not kidding, I played a 50-minute long Saturday. They would not stop jumping me. But it was time for our final achievements. So earlier in the video, I talked about achievements, and during the completion ending, I actually got all 4 of them. But when you create a new game, the achievements actually disappear from the main menu. So I could have just been like, well, I got it before, so I'm done. But you guys know me. My ego is way too high for that, and I need it on my main menu so I can show off. Anyways, to begin, we want to do basic cash farming until we get the trash in the gang achievement. Then use it to buy the mediocre melodies and then grind for Orville to get our beautiful 10k. This is enough to buy Rockstar Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Lefty, which gives us Rockstar Assemble and $20,000. But now it was time for the hardest achievement, Posh Pizzeria. Posh Pizzeria has us buy El Chip, Music Man, and FNaF Chica. Music Man costs 19k, El Chip costs 32k, and FNaF Chica is the most expensive in the game, costing 71k. That's a lot of money, almost impossible. So how do we do it? Well, thanks to Scott, we actually only have to buy one, which is El Chip. With our money, we can buy Prize King and Puppet Tower. These guys have a chance to give us money, but also have a chance to give us something better. After using 10 tokens on these games each, we are guaranteed to get Music Man from the Puppet Tower and FNaF Chica from the Prize King. Now, after buying El Chip, we were able to get Posh Pizzeria and finally be done with this game. So yeah, this game took me a long time, about 2 weeks, even though I wasn't exactly playing every day, so more like 8 hours. Anyways, I spent a lot of time and would really appreciate if you subscribed. It's completely free, but it means literally everything to me. Thanks guys, and I really hope you enjoyed. Walter Custom Night is coming very, very soon, hopefully. Hope to see you guys at the stream. Bye, bye.